Sorry about that there. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Oh, song's going crazy. Hello. What is up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new stream today. I know it's a really late one. It's currently 8 o'clock here, Pacific time, but that would mean it's just past 11 on the East Coast. Super late stream right now. But had to get a stream going today on Friday. We're trying to keep up with this every Friday thing. I know I keep missing some here and there, but you know, we're trying our best to keep up with it. We're doing our best. Yeah. What do we got here? Who do we got? We got Billy Baggins and Anthony. What's going on, guys? Welcome. Thank you for tuning in today. We've got 6 viewers right now. Holy moly. Thank you guys for tuning in here tonight on a super late night, and I didn't even post or tweet or anything that we were doing this, just set it up today, and here we are. So thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate the support here. Yeah, we're gonna be talking all things Superman today. I saw the movie last week, had a week to dwell on it, watch some other reviews, read some Reddit threads about it, and collect my thoughts, and I'm here to talk about it today. I also wanted to talk about Creature Commandos because I did watch that as well, and there are some connections to it in Superman, so we'll talk about that as well. But first and foremost, what's going on with you guys? Welcome. I just want to let some people hop in here and hang out before we get started reviewing the movie. Billy Baggins says, hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Having a bit of an issue with my knee right now, but other than that, I am doing well. How about you guys? How are you all tonight? Have you guys seen Superman? What did you think of it? I posted this short the other day that was like this like hopeful feeling after seeing it. Like I'm like laying down in a chair. Spoiler warning, kind of recreating the ending of the movie, and it's actually doing pretty well. I'm feeling good about it. I want to do a couple more Superman themed shorts. They're fun. It's almost at 40K right now, which is crazy. It's always these like random shorts you don't expect to do like super well that end up like shooting up. Yeah, but it's cool. Had fun doing that one. Yeah, what else have I been up to? Yeah, I saw Superman. I got to see it at the big IMAX theater in downtown Seattle, which was super cool. It's one of like 15 like true IMAX theaters in the world, which was super cool to see. It was on this big dome type screen. Got to experience it in its full glory, and I had a blast. What's up, man? Welcome to stream. How are you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you being here. We got 8 people in here right now. That's crazy. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on such a late night and kind of an impromptu stream, but yeah, really appreciate it. But yeah, I saw it. So I got to see Superman on the big screen IMAX. The true, it's called the Pacific Science Center IMAX. So it was super cool to go see that on there. It was a sold out show. There was like 400 people there, and it was awesome. Yeah. Let's see. I enjoyed this movie better than The Flash, Black Adam, and Justice League 2017. Oh yeah, hands down. This is definitely better than, I would say, anything in the DC EU, with the exception of maybe Suicide Squad or Peacemaker. But it's definitely up there. Excuse me. All right, a little tired. Yeah, this is definitely, if I was putting this in the tier list that we did last week, I would definitely throw it. Let's take a look actually at the tier list I did last week. Okay, yeah, so oh, I'm reacting to the wrong stuff here. Okay, so okay, I do not have this set up properly, but this is as good as it's gonna be right now. Yeah, if this is my tier list here with Suicide Squad, the Snyder Cut, and Peacemaker being at the top, I would definitely put Superman just right behind Peacemaker here, or maybe just before Wonder Woman in top of A, just right off the bat, comparing it overall to the DCEU. I thought it was a ton of fun. It's super cool. It's full of heart, full of hope, full of bright, shiny colors, which is, you know, kind of something we want in a Superman movie. So yeah. But yeah, I loved it. I had a great time with the movie. I gotta start off with the cast, honestly. Like, David Cornsweet is Superman. He is a great Clark and Superman. You actually really don't get a lot of time with him as just Clark in the movie, and his time at the Daily Planet. You get a few scenes of it, but not a ton. Kind of once they get into like the real conflict of the movie, he stays Superman for most of it, which I've really enjoyed a lot with a lot of the superhero movies lately, like the Batman and Superman, and like Spider-Man Homecoming and stuff. Like, yes, in Spider-Man he takes the mask off all the time, but like most of the time he's like in the suit, like doing stuff. This is like what I want to see. I want to see the superheroes wear their suits and fight bad guys and stuff. So it was cool to see like this movie be mainly about Superman. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane was great. She was perfectly cast. Honestly, everybody in this movie from the get is perfectly cast. James Gunn and his team at DC Studios really did a great job casting everybody. Everybody fits their roles perfectly. I've got the cast list up here, so I'm going to kind of go through everybody. Yeah, Rachel Brosnahan was awesome as Lois. Really nailed the reporter vibes and like just wanting to hit on just getting the truth out of everything. And her relationship with Clark was super cool. They had a ton of chemistry, which is really sweet and romantic, and kind of gives those feelings that you want in a Superman movie, the love story between him and Lois. Let's see. Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. Super cool. What a great villain. Honestly, top 10 performance in a comic book movie. He really gave it his all and nailed Lex. He nailed the rage, the hatred and envy of Superman. Like, he gives this awesome speech at the end of the movie, kind of like encapsulating all that. Man, what a performance. Then we had Eddie Gathegi, Isabella Merced, and Nathan Fillion as the Justice Gang, is what they're called in the movie. Nathan Fillion was Green Lantern Guy Garner, and he was awesome. He was a ton of fun. I've seen a lot of people say, I don't know a ton about Guy Garner in the comics and whatnot, so everyone's saying online that he's a perfect adaptation of Guy Garner because he's just so like unlikable. He's such like a douchebag in the movie. You just want to punch him. So yeah, I had a ton of fun with that. He was a great character, and I might be wearing a Green Lantern ring right now. I just put this on as a joke. I don't know. I thought Hawkgirl was super cool. She didn't do a ton in the movie. She didn't have a ton of lines, but her banter back and forth with Nathan Fillion was fun. And I really liked her. She has this like screech that she does, this like hawk screech when she's like attacking people, that she does. It is super sick. It sounds so cool, especially in that IMAX theater. It was really, really neat. And then Mr. Terrific, star of the show, honestly, like one of my favorite characters in this movie. I don't know a ton about Mr. Terrific from the comics and everything. I just know kind of like his power, so to speak, is just that he's like one of the smartest men on the planet, or I think he is the smartest man in DC. He was super cool, a ton of fun. He has a really cool action sequence with Lois that might be one some people are saying is James Gunn's best one-shot action sequence. I still am pretty set on it being the Guardians 3 No Sleep Till Brooklyn scene. I think that's super sick with all 5 of them in there, or 6 of them fighting everybody. It's really neat. But this one's just as good. It's super cool. It's a ton of fun. Yeah, he's really, really cool. He's a ton of fun. One of my favorite characters for sure. Who else do we have? We had Maria Gabriela De Faria. I apologize if I'm butchering that. She was the engineer. She was cool. She had a ton of personality. Was very animated. I thought she was pretty cool. I don't know much about that character. And she was kind of just like some muscle and like the tech person for Lex. But I thought she was really cool. Like I said, very animated. A very kind of a standout character. Like, she was a cool villain, had a lot of personality. Really liked her performance. He's better than Lex, than the last Lex in BVS. Oh, hands down. If we had that Lex Luthor, that kind of Lex Luthor in Batman vs Superman, the movie would be a lot better. He's got to be in the Green Lantern show next year. Oh yeah, Guy Garner and Nathan Fillion. He is going to be in the he's going to be in the Lantern show next year. That's already confirmed. The movie the show is mostly going to be about Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, but Guy will definitely be in the show at some point, he said. And Guy will also show up in Peacemaker. Guy and Hawkgirl are both going to be in Peacemaker season 2. They're in the trailer for that and everything. So I'm curious to see how they integrate them into that show and whatnot. So that'll be cool. Mr. Terrific is in Justice League Unlimited. Oh, okay. I've seen episodes here and there of Justice League Unlimited. I haven't really seen it like all the way through. But I'm not surprised he's in there. I guess I'll have to check out some episodes that he's in. Scott Walker, welcome to the stream. Anthony, welcome. Scott says, hey, my friend, do you follow horse racing? Not really. I've been to like a couple things, I'm pretty sure, or I've watched it on TV a couple times, but I'm not really super into it. Anthony's got a question. What's up, man? Welcome. Shoot your question. Back with the rest of the cast. Honestly, all the Daily Planet cast were super fun. Skylar Gisondo as Jimmy Olsen was great. He was a ton of fun. Definitely like some comic relief for the movie. He was really cool. Wendell Pierce as Perry White. He was fun. Like, a lot of these guys don't really have a ton of time in the movie, but this few lines they get, like, everyone's just so full of personality and full of life. And you can tell they clearly had like a bunch of fun on set doing this. So everyone's very true to their characters and whatnot from the comics, it seems like. So Yeah, love that. Anthony Kerrigan as Metamorpho, super cool. Really, really liked him and his performance. I thought his powers looked really cool on screen. Him with the kryptonite, and the scene with him and Superman in Lex's prison cell. It was super cool when he like realizes after they kill the guy, and he like freaks out and is like, "You can get my son," and like, starts working with Superman. Super cool, and I'm so excited to see him in the future DC stuff. Scott says, "I love horses my whole life, and I've been following horse racing since I was a little boy because my mom's side of the family had raced horses, but we don't have them anymore." Oh, okay, cool. Are there any big races coming up currently? Very cool. Anthony, do you watch MLB or NFL the most? Who's your favorite team? Just asking. Um, I don't watch it a ton, to be honest. I know the hats say otherwise. But I do go to a couple baseball games a year. Just because the stadium is right near me, and it's only like $10 to go to like some of the Mariners baseball games. So I do go to those. I'm from Tampa, so I always rep the Rays. And then if football, I don't watch a ton of NFL. I usually was watching college and stuff, so I just kind of watch all the Florida schools, like University of Florida, FSU, stuff like that. And then, I mean, if NFL, I'm gonna watch like the Bucks or buddy of mine, Caleb. You guys have seen him on stream before, and we do the JK Pokemon channel together. He's a big Jaguars fan. Yeah. Casting Superman is 10 times better than Man of Steel. Oh yeah, everyone is so perfectly cast in this movie. It's unreal. I'd love to see a crossover movie with Batman and Spider-Man teaming up against the Green Goblin and Joker. Can you imagine these four teaming up together? Hey, once the DC universe kicks off and we get enough DC content for the next 10, 15 years, I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up getting an Avengers versus Justice League movie at some point. It'll happen. Just having some fish and chips for lunch. Nice. Hope we get terrific show on HBO Max. They like the Fantastic Four in the DC universe. Yeah, that'd be super cool. There are, I'm sure we're heading in that direction. It seems like Mr. Terrific is going to be getting something in the future. There are rumors of a Jimmy Olsen spinoff show being put in the works right now, which I think would be a ton of fun. Just like a Daily Planet show. That would be a ton of fun, like an office comedy. And have like David Cornsweet be in there here and there, but like he's always gone because he's out doing Superman stuff. Like, I think that would be a lot of fun. Super cool. Yeah. I'm trying to think what else is coming out. Yeah, so Peacemaker season 2. We have Supergirl next year. That's gonna be so good. I can't wait for that one. Scott says we got a thing over here in Australia called Spring Carnival. We got the Caulfield Cup, the Cox Plate in Melbourne. 3 best horse races in Australia. Maybe we can come for the cup. I mean, maybe at some point. That would be definitely an interesting thing to go do in Australia. Anthony says, I live in Tampa. I want to make a video with you. I'm a big fan of you for a while. Unfortunately, I don't live in Tampa anymore. I am out in Seattle now. Crypto's getting a mini series on HBO Max. Are you for real? I didn't hear about that. Crypto, speaking of, because he's obviously not a cast member, Crypto was phenomenal. What a great addition to the movie. I was a Crypto believer day one when the trailer dropped. Yeah, Crypto is super cool. And I guess leading into Crypto, super big spoilers for the end of Superman. But you know that in the title. Supergirl, we were just talking about Millie Alcock and Supergirl. She came in and takes Crypto back. It's actually her dog. So her and Crypto are going to be going on some adventures in the next movie. Supergirl, I think it's just called Supergirl now, but it was going to be called Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, based on the comic. But that's going to be super exciting. She was a ton of fun, and just her quick little 2-minute scene with Clark and the dog. Can't wait for that movie. Jaden, thank you. Anthony, dang, you should come back. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm just out here now, living life. Remember how I told you me and my fiance are coming to America? Maybe so you can tell me what's the best sport event to see my first American holiday, baseball or football? It kind of depends on what time you're coming in, because baseball season kind of runs opposite of football. Football games are always super cool to go to. Baseball games are really cheap though. You could definitely get to a baseball game really easily. But yeah. I hope that Ultraman becomes Bizarro. That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be super cool. That's one of the biggest theories right now is that after being sucked into the black hole, that he's gonna become Bizarro. That'll be super sick if that happens. Ultraman was okay in the movie. Obviously, he doesn't do a whole lot. I think the funniest scene in the movie with him is when they're in the office together, all talking, and Lex makes Ultraman turn on the light switch. I just think it's really funny having this like all-powerful being like be your guy to like flip light switches and stuff. Like he can do all these crazy things, and that's what you're making him do right now. It was really funny. But he was cool. The fight with him and Clark was fine. I didn't totally love the clone thing. But if it's setting up Bizarro, I think that'll be super cool. Who's my favorite superhero? First and foremost would be Spider-Man. Spider-Man is definitely my favorite. Grew up watching all the Tobey movies. I actually don't mind the Andrew ones. I like the first one a lot. Amazing Spider-Man 2 has its good moments, but the rest of the movie is terrible. I like the Tom Holland movies a lot. Yeah, Spider-Man is my favorite. DC, though, would be The Flash. As you may or may not be able to tell from my name, Reverse Josh, that my favorite comic book character is Reverse Flash. That's the name, where the name comes from. I don't mind a clone. Yeah, I just felt like for the first film, it being a clone, it was kind of eh. But it at the same time, like again, like it's setting up Bizarro and stuff like that for like a third movie. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it then. Just in this one standoff thing as the character, I just didn't love it. I've watched all the Spider-Man movies. Nice, yeah, I love them all. We did a tier list a while ago on stream. Let's see. I think I did a tier list on the Spider-Man movies. Yeah, a couple months ago we did a tier list on all the Spider-Man movies, so that was fun. Yeah, all the Spider-Verse films, those are super good too. Yeah. What else can I say about Superman? I thought the CGI honestly in the movie was okay. There's some moments where it looks incredible, like, and I think Crypto especially looks really real, aside for like one or two shots. There are some moments where it does kind of look silly, like during some of the bigger fight scenes and kind of towards the end, especially once they get to the like the pocket dimension and everything. It's kind of start losing it a little bit. But I think the kaiju looks super good. Like it looks pretty real, I feel like. And like I said, Crypto looks incredible in the movie too. The CGI is awesome. There's a ton of like super big like wide shots that look really cool. Like I think all the shots of Superman flying look really cool, and you feel like the force behind his flying in them. It feels like at times like the camera struggles to keep up with him, which I think is a really cool detail. It makes you feel like I said, like you're really flying through there with him. Anthony says minor Spider-Man, Iron Man. Nice, yeah, solid picks. Nothing wrong with Iron Man at all. Great pick. What's your favorite Iron Man suit? I've been asking a lot about Americans questions about America because I've never been there before, and I want to know the safest places and not the safest place to go. How much does cars shopping? Yeah, well, with them, if you're coming to the United States, there's a lot of research you have to do just because the US is just so big and so vast. You kind of have to pick like one specific location in the United States that you want to go to. Like you'd have to choose like if you want to go to New York or California or Texas or Florida but if you're going to Florida, you have to choose between if you're going to Miami or if you're going to like Disney World. And same with California, you can't go to like uh, like San Diego and go to Disney World at the same time. They're like too far apart. Or if you want to go to like Seattle or something like that, you know, you have to kind of pick and choose, because it's a big trip and the country is huge and it's not as easy to get around as some people may realize. Which Superman villain would you like to see? Next one for me is Parasite. I've seen a lot of talks online about Brainiac. I think that Brainiac would be a really cool one. We haven't seen him in live action before. I think Parasite would be a cool one. I think who else? Let's look up some Superman rogues. I know James Gunn wants to do Mr. Mxyzptlk. That'll be a cool one. I'm sure he'll do that at some point. What else do we got here? I would like to see the scene take place where Bloodsport shoots Superman with the kryptonite bullet. I want to see where that fits into the timeline of the Suicide Squad, with it being there, or maybe that's just one of the retconned things, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I would say that Brainiac is number one. Metallo would be cool. Bizarro in a later entry would be fun. Kind of stuff like that. Do you know the 1994 Spider-Man cartoon is the similar stories and based on the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies? It was some of those some of the scenes. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that they I guess that's pretty cool that they based some of the movie on those scenes in the show. That'd be amazing and funny. Yeah. Let's see. Another one here, Lobo. That's gonna be super cool. Jason Momoa is gonna be Lobo in Supergirl. Cannot wait for that. I think that's gonna be so much fun. He's gonna nail that role. He was literally born to play Lobo. What else? I thought that this movie was really different from a lot of James Gunn's like other superhero movies. Like I think that the Guardians movies and the Suicide Squad movies have really similar vibes, and I think even Peacemaker too. Like I think they all kind of fit this like James Gunn shtick. Even Creature Commandos too. I feel like they all kind of fit in this like James Gunn sort of bubble, but I think this one was really different and really cool than his usual stuff. So, like one of the biggest things that's different about this from his other James Gunn projects is the choice of the music. This film relies really heavily on like just the score and like the original like John Williams score for Superman and some of the original scores for like Lex Luthor and these other characters, which I think is really cool. There's only two needle drop moments that I can think of in the movie. One being the Mr. Terrific scene, and the other was at the end. Yeah, at the very end of the movie with the punk rocker song. Those are the only two real needle drops in the movie. The movie really spends its time like talking to the characters and hearing what they have to say and hearing how they feel and stuff, instead of just like James Gunn using his usual music to kind of let us in and feel with them. So I think it was really cool. And another detail about this movie I really like is that it really feels like just going in and picking up a random comic book off the shelf. Like you're just jumping into this universe that's so vast and so lived in and full of life and full of personality and whatnot. Every character has history with each other. There's so much world building and lore and whatnot established in this movie, and it just goes full comic book. Like there's pocket universes, there's giant monsters, there's Superman clones, there's Superman's cousin Supergirl, there's a Green Lantern, there's Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific, like Metamorpho, all these kinds of things. Like I think there's even a White Martian in the movie. Like it's so vast and it's so big. I can't wait to see like how much more of the universe we get to see like in each iteration of the DCU. Like Peacemaker, I'm very excited for. I'm curious to see what goes on with that, because I think that's going to deal a lot with the pocket universes and whatnot, because there is one in season 1. And then I think Lanterns is going to be really cool. I'm excited to see Guy Gardner. He's going to be hopping from project to project throughout these, so that's going to be really cool. Frank Grillo as well as Rick Flag. He was fine in this movie. He doesn't do a whole lot. He was just kind of like a politician in this one. But he's in Creature Commandos. He hopped over to Superman. He's going to be one of the main antagonists of Peacemaker season 2, because we're going to be following up on some of the Suicide Squad threads, story beats from there. So yeah, this world is so interconnected already and lived in, and it's super cool to see, like, you know, characters like these crossing over, as opposed to like, oh, we're getting another Superman and Batman movie, we're getting a Superman and Wonder Woman movie, we're getting a Batman and Flash movie. We don't need those. Just have these other smaller characters be the ones that interconnect the universe, and then save the big crossovers for like Justice League and World's Finest or Trinity movie or whatever what have you. Yeah. I'm old school Spider-Man. I prefer Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Only Spider-Man from Andrew Garfield I like is the one with the lizard. Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 1 is good. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is not. Amazing Spider-Man 2 has the best CGI and swinging, though, of any Spider-Man movie, and the best suit. But unfortunately, the rest of the movie is so terrible that it doesn't fix that. Congratulations, number 3 favorite YouTuber. Oh, thank you. I want to go to San Diego because that's where they filmed the movie The Lost World Jurassic Park, the second Jurassic Park movie. Go to locations. Yeah, that'd be super cool. There's a ton of filming locations in California and LA. Ton in New York as well. There's stuff all over. I was kind of hoping to see metahuman in this movie. What do you mean metahuman? Because metahuman is just like the term they use for like people with superpowers in the DC universe. Speaking of that, I did really like the opening crawl at the beginning of the movie. That sort of Star Wars-esque text, as we're just there, like in the snow in the Arctic. It said, I'm paraphrasing here, but it said like 300 years ago, metahumans started ushering in a new age of gods and monsters, which is the title of this phase of DC movies. And then it said 300 years ago, 3 years ago, or 3 centuries ago, 3 years ago, Superman, 3 centuries ago, there were metahumans first on Earth. 3 decades ago, Superman was born, Krypton blew up, and he got sent to Earth. 3 years ago, he announced himself as Superman. 3 weeks ago, he stopped the war in Baravia and Jarampur. And 3 days ago, something happened. And then 3 hours ago, he lost a fight for the first time. Or 3 hours ago, he started the fight, and 3 minutes ago, he lost the fight, or something like that. But then it's later revealed in the movie that 3 months ago, him and Lois started dating. So that was kind of a cool addition there. Yeah, I really like that whole opening crawl. I think that was a cool way to like bring us into this universe and help general audiences understand this is a brand new start to the universe. This is a whole new thing that we're doing. So yeah, I thought that was really neat. Trying to think what else I liked about the movie. Honestly, I loved it. I would probably give it 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. There's a few things that are a little wonky with it. I definitely think the pacing is a little strange, but it definitely still feels like a comic book in that sense. I think we just move from scene to scene really fast. I don't think there's a lot of time to let scenes like linger for a second to let us process kind of what happened. We just really quickly jump from scene to scene and action piece to action piece, which I think works. I think the movie works that way. But I think that having just a few extra seconds after a couple scenes, I think would have helped that a little bit. Because I definitely think there's some whiplash in a couple moments, like going from scene to scene. And there's just so much happening too. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing that there's so much going on. there's only two plots going on, the Superman and Lois love story and the whole Lex plot line, but it feels like there's a lot just kind of all happening at once. Since Lex is just kind of throwing everything he has at Superman, it's overwhelming. But I think that's almost intentional, by the film to kind of help you feel that with Superman, just kind of to deal with problem after problem that Lex is throwing at him. But other than that, like, I don't think there's really anything that bad with the movie. Like I said, there's some wonky CGI scenes. There's one shot of Crypto that's kind of weird. Um, but other than that, like, I had a ton of fun with this one. Loved seeing it on the big screen IMAX. If you can see it in IMAX, go see it in IMAX. It's so good on the big screen. And I can't wait for this to come out in streaming too. That's gonna be really cool. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for Superman. I wanted to real quick talk about Creature Commandos as well. I did mention that a little bit earlier and talk about Frank Grillo, him reprising his role as Rick Flag from Creature Commandos, which is a cool detail to connect the two, and I think he's a character that kind of fits in this part of the universe. So yeah, Creature Commandos. I watched it all day before I saw Superman, and it's okay. I don't think I don't think it's nearly as good as any of the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff or the Suicide Squad. Definitely feels like that though. It has that sort of tone. I did like the Weasel stuff. I thought that was cool. I actually did like the Bride. I saw a lot of people complaining about the Bride as a character in the show, but I didn't think she was a problem. I thought she was pretty cool. Rick Flag was neat. He was kind of interesting. I just felt like a lot of the characters I didn't like fully connect to or care about that much. Over the course of the show, I didn't think Frankenstein really did a whole lot either. I thought the Clayface scene was pretty cool though. I thought that was a fun little twist. And I'm very excited for the Clayface movie now too, by the way. What else? Yeah, I don't know. It was okay. The show definitely has like a format to it where it's like, every episode we're just kind of like getting to some point in the mission. It relates to some part of the backstory of one of the characters. We explore that and then continue on. It's not bad by any means. I thought it was an entertaining watch for a day. But yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens in season 2. I think there's a season 2 already coming or already announced. And some of the characters and plot threads from that will be continuing into like Peacemaker and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens to that. So yeah, I don't know. I thought that one, it was okay. It's all right. Like, I don't know what people really thought about it, but yeah, I don't know. I thought it was okay. Sigma Girl, welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. We just finished reviewing Superman, and that was kind of my quick little review of Creature Commandos there. We're less than 40 minutes into the stream right now, so I'm kind of thinking I might just switch it over to some Fortnite. We can play as the new Superman skin. I did get the comic book style for the skins, so we'll go ahead and I can show that off and play a couple games as that, and then we'll probably call it. This stream won't be too terribly long today, unfortunately, but yeah, we'll load up some Fortnite Battle Royale. The movie was mid. What do you mean the movie was mid? I thought it was a ton of fun. Did you know that for the 1998 Godzilla, they used the Jurassic Park T-Rex design for the creature in Godzilla? Oh, that's pretty cool. They reused like the animatronic or something. There we are. Fortnite. There he is, the star of the show, Superman. Sigma Girl, why do you think the movie was mid? I give it an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. I had a lot of fun with it. The freaking battle bus. That's pretty cool, actually. It's about time they added this. 1,800 V-Bucks, though. Ugh. This should be free. Alright, let's switch my loadout here. Yeah, let's do the comic Superman. So this is him. So sick. Look at this thing. This is one of the coolest skins they've ever done. The cell shading looks incredible on this. Like, it really nails the comic style. Like, I don't know how they do it. Like, it looks so good. And see, it like fades in and out like as you turn. Like the shading changes on the skin. It's unreal. Kate does it too. He does do the animation with this Daily Planet glider, which is pretty cool. Yeah, this skin is friggin' dope, dude. Alright, we'll just do some regular zero build, I guess. Do I have any weeklies to do? I only have a couple here. I'm currently level 103. I've been playing a lot the last few days. I'm playing a ton of Blitz Royale. That's been a lot of fun. The Battle Bus was free for some people. Oh, yeah, I think it's in Rocket League already, or it's been in Rocket League, so anybody who had it in that got it in Fortnite for free. Because I made a Rocket League account just to get a couple things for free on Fortnite. And yeah. So I have like a Nissan car and like a BMW or something like that. But they're just things I got for free in Rocket League that they made compatible with Fortnite. Oh, look at that. We got the Batman loading screen. Dude, so cool. This Batman skin is my favorite one they've done too. I think this is the best one for sure. Wasn't you on level 61 last stream? Yes, I've been playing a ton off stream the last few days. Been having some knee issues, so I've been home a lot the last couple days, and I've just been playing a ton of Fortnite. Mostly Blitz Royale, and I was grinding a lot of quests and stuff too. I had a lot of weeklies from OG and Blitz and stuff that I hadn't done yet, so yeah, I've been grinding like crazy. I'm trying to just get all the stuff in the battle pass done up to the super styles. I don't care about getting those, but I just want to make sure I get everything. And it took 24 levels to get the Superman stuff, so I had to get at least 24 levels just from that, which I just got the other day. So yeah, W loading screen. Thank you. Preparing shaders. My computer's been having an issue with this where it does this preparing shaders thing for a while, and then I'll just be dropped at the end of the map in the game. I don't know what's with that. Nope. Wonder if I can close a couple things out here. Maybe I can pause that. And I'll probably turn off the music here too. There we go. Hopefully this helps us load a little bit better. Then next week is Fantastic Four, which I'm very excited about. So I'll review that in 2 weeks. Oh, the stream's lagging like bad. Yeah, so in 2 weeks from now, I'll review Fantastic Four on stream because I'm going to go see it next week at the same movie theater I saw Superman at. Fantastic Four, I'm really excited about. That's going to be a ton of fun. Did you get the Blitz free pack? I did get that one for free. I wasn't sure what that was for until it popped up and so I realized, but yeah, I did get that one. Here we go. See here, yeah, see, like, it does this. I'm at the edge of the map. There's already 87 people left. 86, and now I'm here. It's always the first game of the day, or like if I close out and reload, like, yeah, it does this. I'm not really sure why. Oh, that guy's a tracker. It's like I'm like late to everything now. Finally, the loading took like 1,000 years. Yeah, I don't know what this issue is. It's really strange. And it's really laggy always on this first launch too. I don't know. Ooh, just missed this track. Yeah. Up there. Oh. Okay. Run it back. Run it back. Don't try to rush into battle too much. Yeah. Good idea. Especially when I'm like lagging and stuff. Oh, I forgot about the Superman thing. I've only gotten this a couple times. Damn, wasted. Yeah, I got like obliterated on that. Hopefully this next round, it's not going to prepare shaders for 5 years and it's going to just put me in a game. There we go. See, now I'm in an actual game with people like loading in. Such a weird issue. I don't know if it's something because of the new update or what. Or Epic might be on their summer break still. I'm not really sure. No, Epic's been off summer break since the 15th. Oh, okay. Did not know that. Let's go to Utopia City. I know there's supposed to be another update soon. I heard rumors that the Batmobile is coming to the game, which is going to be so sick. I'm curious to see which version it is. I'm assuming it'll be like the Tim Burton one, but I'm not sure. Yeah, this is so laggy right now. I may not be able to play this. Ugh. I can't move. Like, it's so laggy. Oh my. suppose. Okay, that was strange. There's a slurp truck. Oh, there is a slurp truck. Thank you. Ah, god dang. Okay. Foshcorn Karaoke, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Hey there, what's up? How you doing? Feeling tonight? Josh, hey, excited for the new Superman movie that you're going to see soon. Hope you can see the Superman. Actually, I did see it already. We just talked about it on stream a little bit ago here. Did see the new movie. And I loved it. 8.5, 9 out of 10. Quick recap. David Cornsweet is Superman. Rachel Brosnahan is Lois Lane. And Lex Nicholas Hoult is star of the show. Mr. Terrific is dope. Crypto, super cool. I want a Crypto myself. CGI looks pretty good for the most part. Different movie than James Gunn's typical stuff. Feels like a comic book come to life on the big screen, and really digged it. Yeah, can't wait for the DCU to keep evolving. All right, where should I drop? I'm thinking going back to Utopia City. I think it's really cool that Superman's skin does the like flying pose when he's going down. How was the movie you saw, Josh? Haven't seen it yet. It was awesome. So good. Ton of fun. Definitely recommend going to go see it as soon as you possibly can. I think next round you should play Blitz because it's more easier, plus a lot of bots, so you could easily get a win. Oh yeah, I've been playing a ton of Blitz the last couple of days. That was crazy. Oh my god. I can't believe that. Alright, let's do Blitz. Oh boy. That was bad. I can't believe you guys have to watch me play like this. Probably gonna do like 2 blitz games and then I'll probably call it there. Unfortunately. What do you think of the idea of Spider-Man and Batman teaming up against the Joker and Green Goblin? Very cool idea. In the comics, they did do a Spider-Man and Batman team up in the 90s, where Joker and Carnage teamed up against Spider-Man and Batman. Anthony says, "Do you play Fortnite?" Um, yes, playing right now. Just got on. You got to warm up a bit. Yeah, very, very true. Very true. Blitz is a lot easier. Come on. Why are these not landing? Oh my gosh. You had 2 chug jugs on? That's crazy. Ooh. Chug. That. Uh-oh. A lot of hammers here. Ooh. Take that chug jug. trying to swap for the Chug Jug. There we go. Alright, let's get a crown win on this one. That guy's gonna be my biggest problem, so let's go after him first. Nice. Let's go! Let's go! Oh my gosh, these Blitz games are crazy. Let's run it back. See if we can get another crown win. I have been getting crown wins like crazy since this started. So let's see. Yeah, 19. So let's go for my 20th here. A buddy of mine's like over 30 right now. I was locked in on that one. Also, it is a lot of bots on this. I feel like only the last like couple people are real people, but that Chug Jug guy, that was a crazy kill. I'm going back to Lazy Laps. This has kind of been like my go-to spot. And everyone like beelines for collecting weapons and stuff, or like going for chests, but I always just land on a weapon first and then start taking out the competition. That was just mean. Ooh. What does this do? Bitch took my kill. 6 left. Ah, dang. That was close. Okay. All right, unfortunately, I think I'm gonna just call it there for the stream tonight. I know it was super quick and we didn't do a ton today, but I'm gonna try to come back next week with a bigger, better thought out stream, more planned one. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but we'll take a look and see. To those of you who've been here the whole time, thank you for tuning in. If you guys haven't joined the memberships yet, go check it out. Link in the bottom of the description. It's just $1.99 a month. You get access to some exclusive posts and stuff. I did post a little bit of a mini review early on the members only community tab. You also get like exclusive little emojis and stuff like that in the chat. And once we get enough members, I'll probably end up doing like members only chats and streams at some point. I think that'd be cool. Maybe even members only videos. You do get 24-hour access to new videos as well, which I am in the process of writing a new video. I don't know when it'll come out, but hopefully in the next couple weeks. But I think that's everything I've got, all my advertisements for myself. So yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for the stream today. Like I said, thank you guys for tuning in, always being here. It is always dope, always a fun time hanging out with y'all. And I will see you guys in the next stream. I got to find the outro music here though. Closed out of it on accident. Here we go. All right, see you guys.